Hello everybody, San here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And today's video, I want to talk about how the current markets have paralyzed us investors. I want to talk about all of that in this video. But before we do that, before we jump into today's video, you guys know the drill. Like this video, destroy that like button. It's quick, it's free, and it's easy. If you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you want to go a step further. So, yesterday video, the title is basically represents what's been going on in this market. Obviously, the title was Teladoc Crash. Remove Teladoc and just use the word crash. And I think that is the perfect word to describe the current markets across all industries, right? Not just genomics, not just the CRISPR landscape, guys. Technology companies, Apple, Netflix, Amazon, Tesla, PayPal, Blog, all these companies have been hit so hard. I want to talk about actually that in this video, but I didn't want to follow up in yesterday's video. Teladoc was down actually under $30 a share. Actually, I think it hit like 27 or 28. Yeah, it hit like $29 a share earlier today. That's just crazy, guys. That's crazy. This company that was once worth basically $3-digit billion is now worth under $4 or $5 billion, which is absolutely crazy. And I think we saw that what happened in yesterday's video. I covered it. If you guys are interested, again, watch that previous video. I go over the reason why they were down. I guess today, 40%, right? That's just crazy. But if you take a look at the other price actions across the board here, look at Apple. They just released their earnings. Look, they gave weak guidance shortly after publishing their breaking earnings records. Like they just had the best record on best earnings record across all their quarters. One of the best earnings, anyways. And the stock, went up. 4 or 5%, 4%, and it dropped 8% right after a few minutes once Tim Apple announced that they're going to be having supply chain issues, right? And if you take a look at Amazon, right? Amazon posted their earnings release earlier, and they got hit hard, so hard as well. This is down 10% as we speak, right? Netflix, obviously, Netflix was the story last week. Because of the whole subscribers thing. But look at this, Netflix got hit so hard, right? And across all these companies, right? You can go all the way down to Meta, you can go to Block, formerly known as Square. And then obviously we can talk about CRISPR companies, which we've focused on a lot in the recent months. And Teladoc is a genomics company, in my opinion, in an ARK Invest opinion, but clearly not in the opinion of most people. But regardless of what they're defined at, I think this is the representation of what we've been seeing in the markets. And actually, that's what I wanted to segue my video into. Just talking about the broad macros here. Obviously, there are other issues than just stock markets going on. The elephant in the room is the Russia invasion in Ukraine. You have inflation, you have Fed rates rising, you have this huge bull run that came to an end last year after so many years. After the financial crash in 2008, 2009, things have been going steadily up and up. You had a little recession here and there, but nothing so bad. These companies are down like 60, 70, 80, 90% from its all-time highs from late 2020 to early 2021. This is obviously a market crash. We've been in a market crash for quite a while now, not just a couple of weeks or months, but I would comfortably say for over 6 to 8 months, we've been in this market crash. And like I said, there are some macros environment here. And what I do want to mention is I think it's important for us as investors just to slow down and just see how we feel, right? And that's what I was doing today, actually. Obviously I was going through my day job. But across, the day I was thinking, how am I feeling about the markets, right? Why am I feeling like that? And I couldn't come up with a better word than the feeling of paralyzed, right? I'm literally, well, not literally, obviously I'm not literally paralyzed, but I'm sort of paralyzed in the sense where I don't even know if I want to buy more, if I want a dollar cost average, because things are looking so red, so down. I mean, you had Teladoc decreasing 40%. I mean, just a dummy example. If I was to put in $1,000 right now, let's say I put it yesterday morning, well, today that 1,000 is now worth 600, right? Because it just dropped 40% for Teladoc, which is crazy, right? And obviously, this is a one-time event. That's like a black swan event, obviously, for this particular stock. I'm not gonna comment too much about the price action for this particular stock, especially not after yesterday's video. But the point I'm trying to make is, I try to reflect these feelings that I'm going through, and it looks like I'm feeling like a paralyzed, but at the same time, I understand the value of long term. And that's what I wanted to do in this video, right? Basically share what I'm thinking. I am thinking long term. I always have the long term horizon. I've always said it. I mean, I think as investors, we have to look at for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, people that got in 2019, in 2020, sort of got lucky because you had that spike, and obviously things have to fall down, and they will definitely fall just as fast, if not faster, right? Especially with the macro environments we're living in. I mean, inflation is a huge problem. I mean, I would argue the whole Russia event literally was caused by many reasons affiliated with inflation, right? That is my opinion. Obviously, I'm speculating here. I'm not a politician. I'm not in politics, and I definitely don't want to dwell in this video through that rabbit hole. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's so many macro environments that are sort of leading us to this environment right now. And I think it's really important for us to really understand how we're feeling, why we're feeling that, and what is our goals long term. If you're only here for a year or two, then maybe, you shouldn't be in these markets, right? But if you're here for the 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and if you believe in the fundamentals of the company, right, whether that's Teladoc, whether that's Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Meta, Block, all these companies, right? I think you got to think long term, right? And I mean, honestly, the fundamentals have not changed, in my opinion. I mean, you had technology that's decreasing costs. You have more people on the internet. You have more people, educated around the world. You have a much more broader sense of education around the world. I mean, GDP has sort of been increasing over the years. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, I think it is what it is. I mean, I think a lot of our viewers here sort of feel the same way. If you do, leave me in the comments below. If you think I'm totally wrong, if you think that there's something else going on, I'm totally missing out, let me know. But I'm totally puzzled, honestly. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really understand, that's quite crazy. I mean, stock down 70, 80%, guys. Maybe it'll happen for a stock or two, but when it happens across the board, from companies like Teladoc to Netflix to Block to PayPal to Alibaba. I mean, Alibaba obviously was the China issue, but I mean, there's always going to be a reason, right? If you start looking at Teladoc, okay, it's the impairment chart, right? If you look at Netflix, okay, it's the little subscriber 200,000 minus, right? If you look at Meta, it's the whole metaverse thing. If you look at Block, I'm not even sure what's the reason for Block to go down, right? If you look at CRISPR companies, and maybe you'll make the reason that they still don't have a CRISPR approved drug. There's always going to be reasons, but again, there were reasons back in 2017, 18, 19 when stocks were going up and up and up. There are always going to be reasons, right? And again, this is what happens in a market crash, right? There's things look really, really misty. There's a lot of unknowns, but it is what it is. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll end this video like this. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful day in spite of this red blood market. Subscribe if you're not, like this video if you found value, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.